Cheers, my loves. I hope that all of you are doing really well. And in this video, I'm going to give away a big secret to you. And honestly, if you understand this, you have such a huge leg up above the competition who doesn't understand it, that they literally have to be like a god or goddess that came down from Olympus in terms of attractiveness in order to be able to rival you with the understanding of what I'm about to tell you. Now, some people instinctively know this, but most people really do not. All right, so here's the one thing that I want to address at the beginning, you guys. I want to address this idea of love at first sight. If we were all people who are completely connected to our heart, who are completely tuned in, toned on, connected to our spirit, grounded, we're not afraid of other people, we don't need the ego in order to protect us in the world, then yes, of course, all of us would be experiencing love at first sight, recognizing the right people for us, sensing their energy a lot. But in this world, in order to be, and this is how it's supposed to be, this isn't because there's something wrong with you. In order to operate effectively in this world, you actually need a balance. You need a balance between your ego and your spirit, your ego and your heart. Your ego, your mind, is going to protect you, is going to help you achieve, is going to drive you. And your heart is going to balance that out. You have to have that balance between service to self and service to others, openness and boundaries. It has to be pretty even there. And the thing is, when most people meet a new person and they aren't foolish, they have had experiences in the past where people betrayed them, people lied to them, people manipulated them, people turned out not to be what they appeared. Most people aren't just going to be operating from the heart, letting anything or anybody in. In fact, I would argue that this isn't a high value behavior. And the more value a person perceives in themselves, the more when they just meet you, are they likely to be operating from their ego and not at all from their heart. Now, in order for a person to fall in love with you, they need to connect to their heart. And the way to their heart lays through their ego. You must shatter their ego. You must crack their ego open enough that you can start getting to the heart. And again, the more value that person perceives in themselves, accurately or not, the greater that ego is going to be, the more it will take for you to be able to shatter that. How? How do you shatter the ego? What is it that the ego wants more than anything else in the world? Because it's not validation, it's not pum, it's not physical intimacy, it's not even emotional intimacy. What is it that the ego wants more than anything else in the world from somebody that it has already identified as valuable? Control. That's why it's called falling in love, because you are losing the control. The ego wants control over the valuable object. Are you starting to understand this dynamic now? Now, first, we need to make sure that you're identified as valuable object. For this, generally, you need two things. The first thing that you need is to be attractive to this person, to their eye, for them to be able to identify you as physically attractive. And the second thing that you need is to be different, to stand out from the rest, to be more memorable than the rest. Now, you can be that kind of different naturally because you're just, you don't even have to try. You're from a different culture, you look very different, you are exceptionally talented at something, you relate to other people in a different way, you have exceptional social value and social skills, you show how well you relate to other people. Also, you can be different because everybody falls for this person really easily and you don't. That is definitely a way of standing out from the crowd and being different. But for a lot of people who don't have that natural way of being different, what you guys need to do is you need to be able to provide an experience for this person. You need to be an experience, a positive one. Make sure that if this is a person who's afraid of heights, you don't You know, you don't take them jumping out of an airplane with a parachute because that's going to be definitely a negative experience for them. So make sure that you provide an exciting, new, memorable experience when they're with you. You turn yourself into an experience. And that way you're not only attractive, you also become memorable. Little things that pop up every now and then that remind them of this new experience that they had will also remind them of you. And again, if you're just naturally very different, this isn't even necessary for you. You have the attractive and you have the different. So, now that you have been identified as a valuable object, and you understand that in 98% of the cases, 99 of this is a man, because men are more connected to their ego than women. Women tend to be more connected to their hearts than men because women are mothers, women need to be more nurturing by nature. You need to penetrate the ego. And you need to penetrate the ego by obstinately and stubbornly denying it what it wants the most. Control over the valuable object. Now, this is a place where a lot of women will hear advice that tells them, don't sleep with the guy because after that he can control you. And for most women, this is true. This is true because we get emotionally attached to people by sharing physical intimacy with them more than men do. Men do too, but women tend to experience that more. And if you know that, like most women, you will start getting emotionally attached, this person is going to have more control over you. You are going to have less control over yourself. It doesn't matter how much of a bombshell you are, just don't do it too early. But there's other ways that people can gain control over us. There's other ways that we don't realize, that we surrender it, that we become oblivious, that we lack introspection. You have to understand things like, if this is a very valuable person, you are not the only one who has managed to identify them as such. There's a ton of other people who have managed to identify them in exactly the same way. But they have control over those people. They aren't going to have control over you. Now, guys, if you are conquering a girl, and do not do this if your intentions are not serious, unless you really like this girl, unless you're really planning on having something with her, on having a relationship with her, do not do this because you can really hurt her. A lot of people hurt other people like this. But if you know that you really like her, if you know your intentions are serious, the way that this works with women, you give them a lot of love. You give them a lot of attention. You make her believe that she has you. She has you. You have never been this crazy about anybody in your whole life. All you think about is her day and night. And then right before, she gets scared of the amount of interest that she is awakening in you. Right before, this produces oversaturation and her fleeing instinct. You take it away. Without explanation. For a while, obviously. And I guarantee you that if this girl isn't already in love with somebody else, if she has indeed identified you as a valuable object, you will be all she thinks about. All day long, every day. Her mind will not give her peace. From the morning until the evening, and anytime she wakes up at night, the first thing that's going to come to her mind is you. Because she's still operating from the ego, because she has identified you as a valuable object, because you have given her a taste of absolute power and control over you, and then for no obvious reason, with no explanation, you've taken it away, and her mind will not give her peace, and you will get a crazy amount of mental investment. And if she starts trying to make moves in order to understand why you're withdrawing, why you're distancing yourself, then you get the emotional investment as well. The more of that you have to put into your bank, the closer her ego is to being shattered and her heart is to taking over. For a guy, especially a valuable guy, don't do that, girls. Don't do that because he's used to all the girls jumping at him right away. that little advantage that you have by being different, by standing out, if you start love bombing him right away, you're not gaining points by showing him control and power. You are effacing the thing that is making you different. For a guy, you have to play the carrot. You have me. No, you don't. No, you know what? You have me. No, that's not working for me. You have to play the hot and cold. You can't just do the cold. You can't just do the hot. When you're together, you must be the hot. When you're apart, you become cold. You become detached. You become indifferent. And this isn't just something that your actions convey, by the way. This is something that your energy conveys, because we as people are very attuned. We're very telepathic. We perceive each other's energy. And a man is going to perceive when you're truly losing interest in him, when you're truly starting to focus on something else. And how do you manage to do that? By having a life that fulfills you. That's why the narcissist always tries first to attack your support system, to attack your life, to depreciate the things that light your fire, to depreciate the things that make you happy, because that creates a dependency. And so long as you have these things that make you happy, you cannot ever fully be controlled, and you cannot ever fully be seduced. And that drives the ego crazy. That is a direct threat to any narcissism. Right, my love, I gave away a big secret there. That's going to give you a huge leg up, I'm telling you. And right now, I have my super resilient friend with all of her psychological knowledge here to continue advising you on how to fight apathy and depression and create the life of your dreams with dancing and cooking. So cheers, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.
My girl's name is Sonora. I tell you, friends, I adore her. And when she dances, oh brother, she's a hurricane in all kinds of weather. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Whoop. Shake, 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 Sonora, shake your body.
Hello, this is Daria again. I want to show you today my favorite salad, the recipe of the salad. It is called the herring under under a frockcoat. The herring under a frockcoat. The frockcoat. Now we will cooking the salad. For the salad requires the following ingredients: mayonnaise, 200 grams, 1 herring, 3 boiled eggs, 3 boiled, and boiled vegetables. 2 or 3 potatoes, 2 carrots, 2 small bits, or 1 big bit, boiled, so only boiled, and 1 onion. Now we will cook the salad. The first layer of the potatoes. Take the grater and grate potatoes. Grate potatoes. It's very good. create a layer of potatoes. Then take mayonnaise. Un momento. Take mayonnaise and cover the potatoes, the layer of potatoes. And the next layer is onion with herring. Onion cut into cubes, and pour boiling water over them. Yes, and cut the herring into cubes also. And then after the onion has been in the water for 10-15 minutes, it is need to drain the water. See? After onion has been in the water, drain the water and mix with herring. And add a little vegetable oil. Mix. Mix. And place the herring and onion on a layer of the potatoes sprayed with mayonnaise. Straight mayonnaise. And cover with mayonnaise. Cover with mayonnaise. The next layer. Take a bit and grate that. Take a bit again and grate it again. Cover with mayonnaise. Next layer with eggs. Grate the boiled eggs. Take one egg. Cover with mayonnaise again. And the last layer with carrots, grated carrots. Grated carrots. And cover it with mayonnaise again. Cover with mayonnaise again. A little of the mayonnaise. Tomato. The salad is ready. It is better to give it. It is better to give it time to breathe and eat